Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever the fuck you're watching this. Welcome, my beloved internet infantry, and welcome to this. It's going to be a very strange show. It's WrestleMania season, baby. It's what it's all about when it pertains to WWE and sports entertainment. When it's pro wrestling, it's a completely different story. But I'm in the mindset right now of some sports entertainment, some WWE. Just came off the bat of watching Impact, and I'm going to give myself a tilt of the cap here. Ladies and gentlemen, I sat through TNA Impact Wrestling. It's okay. I know I did a great job. There'll be a review of that coming later on this morning. Right now, it's 2 a.m. on the dot. I said I was going to go live at the top of the hour, and I did. Make sure you put in the comments what your dream WrestleMania scenario would be, the matches, the card in particular. Because what I've got pre-Fastlane, my WrestleMania card. And then after Fastlane, I'm going to give you also my WrestleMania card. And we're going to see how we go from there. And we're going to see what the actual WrestleMania card looks like and just do a bit of comparison. So this isn't going to be a very long show. I've got Coco nagging me on the Google Hangouts, the chat gimmick. So after that, I can have a chat with him. Fingers crossed I can get Coco on a podcast, maybe a Lucha review. But I'm going to be doing an Impact review no matter what. And I'm so damn proud of myself watching Impact. So put in the comments, A, well done, LK, for watching Impact. And B, what your WrestleMania card is. I will be going to live comments, so make sure you keep live comments going. I'm going to try to stick to half an hour. So if the comments do take a bit too long, then I'm going to have to cut some of them short. So just if you have some comments, make them short, make them sweet. So, Mania cards. I'm going to start off with the pre-show. So we've got Sheamus versus Kalisto versus Rusev versus Tyler Breeze versus Ryback, a.k.a. the guys I don't have in matches in the card. This is going to be an elimination match. We're going to give about 20-30 minutes in a number one contenders match for the United States Championship. That match will happen the next night on Raw. Because, ladies and gentlemen, it's called promoting. It's called promoting Monday Night Raw because every single person on the planet has access to the WrestleMania pre-show, which the pre-show does good numbers on YouTube. Okay, it does great numbers on YouTube. So if you're saying tomorrow on Raw, the winner of this match will get a United States Championship match. Not only are you promoting WrestleMania, because obviously it's the WrestleMania damn pre-show, you're promoting tomorrow night's Monday Night Raw to people who would just think, oh, WrestleMania, what's that? And it's this wrestling thing, Raw tomorrow night, where's that on? And then they can say the USA Network. Simple things like that, in my opinion, could just a little thing. And it gives people who've been on the road all year, they want that Mania payday. I think it's a good idea, and it could be a good match. And you're making the championship a bit elevated in the same time whilst you're doing it. So that's one of my ideas for the pre-show. Again, make sure you keep the live comments coming. I'm then going to jump onto the Divas Championship. We got Charlotte. Obviously, she'll be the champion. She'll retain it. Whoever the hell she's defending out of Fastlane, it's going to be Charlotte versus Sasha Banks versus Becky Lynch. I was torn with this. Something rotten. I was thinking, should I add Bayley to the mix? Should I make this two separate matches? One thing that was rocking around this idea was Sasha Banks versus Becky Lynch on the pre-show. Winner faces Charlotte on the main show. But I wanted the pre-show match because it was just an elimination match. I wanted that to get given a lot of time so that those guys can go out there. They can have a work in front of a big crowd. It's the WrestleMania season. I'm in a generous mood. And I think it's the pinnacle of the Divas revolution was these three. They're the three people introduced to the main roster, so give those three people their first WrestleMania match. I think it could be interesting, could be a good match. These girls could go out there have a spot fest. I think it could be a good match. This is out of everything. Actually, that's a lie. Flag. Next match is the match I gave zero shits about. I was sat there with the tag division, and I was sat there scratching my head thinking, how the fuck am I going to book this? You got the New Day. You have to have the New Day retain until Mania. You have to have them, go into Mania. They want it at SummerSlam. Let's have them keep the belts and lose them at Mania. Usos, because then you could have the Rock involvement. And also the Dudley Boys. I was thinking, maybe this might be their last Mania, because I don't know how long they signed a contract for. Was it for 1 year? Was it for 2 years? Was it for 3 years? So I'm in the dark here. I don't know what I'm going to do. So I thought, you know what? Just chuck them together. And personally, I'd have the Dudley Boys go over, have the Dudleys win that 25th or 24th, that ridiculous amount of a tag title at the big stage at WrestleMania. Could be a great moment. And obviously, you can tell a story of, look, Dudley Boys were the challengers for a few months. Usos were the challenger for a few months. Maybe on Raw have a number of contenders gauntlet or number of contenders. They did a gimmick fest that they always did where they used to come in tag team turmoil. That's the word. That's the phrase. That's the match type I was looking for. So if you have a tag team turmoil, the last two teams are Usos and Dudley Boys. Then on Raw have the New Day come out, pound on both men, causing a DQ. Who's number one contenders? Because the New Day can say, hey, look, we haven't got number one contenders at WrestleMania. But then they announce it, Dudley Boys and the Usos both compete at the same time. And I like only having 3 teams, because normally at Mania you get the 4 teams. So if we just stick it to the 3, I think there's a lot more substance and a bit of psychology. And oh, Jesus Christ, I just made myself crack up there. A bit of psychology in a WWE match. What am I thinking? What am I should be ashamed of myself for even suggesting such a thing. Unbelievable. Anyway, that's the first few matches. I'm going to get to some live comments if we have any. We've got 2 thumbs up so far. Here we go. We've got Rey Mysterio. He's live. He's live. He's live. He's really into this live gimmick. Ambrose versus H at WrestleMania. Ambrose wins. Reigns come out and turns on Ambrose. That's respectable. That does make sense. Reigns versus Taker. That's interesting. I didn't think of that. Reigns versus Taker. I've got my Taker match. I'm not going to give anything away, but that's some good stuff. Bray versus Lesnar. Yeah, makes sense. Styles versus Owens. Yeah, we've got similar, but we're just a bit different. New Day versus Enzo and Cass. Yeah, that's interesting. Andre the Giant Memorial Royal Rumble. Nah, I'm not doing that. I have no time for that. Kalisto versus Cody Rhodes US title. Yeah. Sasha versus Charlotte for the Divas title. Are you doing another podcast? ? Yes, I am doing another podcast. It will either be a Impact review or something with Coco. I'm not sure. So just stick around after this. For sure. Thank you for the live comments. Make sure you keep them coming. Give yourself a Barry Damn Horowitz. See, I love the idea that the start of the Reigns versus Taker. I love that, because then, because everyone heading into Fastlane thinks it's going to be Roman Reigns versus Triple H. They pull a swerve and say Reigns versus Taker. Taker saying, hey, look, this is my yard. This is my yard. Who do you think you are? Calling it your empire? No, it's my yard. Then you can do it. Oh, that's really good. That's some good booking there. I really do appreciate that. That's great work. Where was I? I just did the tag team. There we are. So the US Championship. So we have Alberto Del Rio defeat Kalisto at Fastlane, and then I'm gonna have a big number 1 contenders tournament on SmackDown heading in to WrestleMania, where the winner gets a United States Championship match at WrestleMania. I'm going to have my boy Dolph Ziggler win that match, because I'm such a fan of Alberto Del Rio versus Dolph Ziggler matches. I absolutely adored their feud in mid-2013 at Money in the Bank, at Payback. They had some great matches, and I was really a fan of that feud. It got cut short because of, obviously, Ziggler's concussion injury, and I loved the Money in the Bank match in 2013 between Bertie and Ziggler, where they did the double switch. I thought that was really good. And again, Ziggler, I thought this could be like the reboot, because in my opinion, Ziggler has fallen from there to boom. If you got any lower, you just wouldn't have a job. So, let's start rebooting Ziggler. Let's start, he has a connection with the fans, because when he is actually getting booked properly, the crowd are really behind him. Like, if you watch SmackDown, if is the word you should take from there. If you watch SmackDown, piped in crowd noise happens all the time, but they do it a little bit for Ziggler, but you can hear some natural reaction still coming from the fans when it pertains to Dolph Ziggler. So I'm happy that, Ziggler can get on the card. Alberto Del Rio can have a great match, because obviously both guys not really utilized properly. I like them having a match. Then I'm going to move on to Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens this is my top 5. Okay, so I have top 5 matches. We have Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens. At Fastlane, it's going to be AJ Styles versus Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens is going to go to powerbomb AJ Styles on the apron, but after the match, Sami Zayn comes out to make the save for AJ Styles. The next few weeks, you can do Sami Zayn and AJ versus blah, 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 and Kevin Owens, whatever hill they're going for in tag matches. And what they should do the whole feud is Sami Zayn trying to get his hands on Owens, but he just can't, because Owens is that badass. There's 2 ways you could go about this, okay? You can go about Owens just torturing Sami Zayn on Raw, but because Sami Zayn will be new to the main roster, new to the 3.5 plus million people on a week-to-week basis, have Sami Zayn come out, make saves. The best way to do it is just, instead of doing the tag match gimmicks on Raw, this is all brainstorming off the top of my head, by the way, guys. I have the matches written down. That's about it. I have no interest in really giving you results of Raw and SmackDown heading into it. This is just off the top of my head waffle fest, because I just wanted to do a show. And typical, I literally set up and then fucking Coco sends a message in, and I thought it could be fun. Anyway, I digress. Have Kevin Owens keep beating guys, have him beat Kalisto, have him beat Ryback, have him beat Tyler Breeze, have him beat the Usos, and then have Sami Zayn come out to make the save, because Owens goes for the powerbomb on the apron every time and just comes this close to getting his hands on him. Then at WrestleMania, have the Authority come out and say, look, Sami Zayn, you have your opportunity to get your hands on Kevin Owens at WrestleMania, but And you could do about the history of them in Ring of. Oh, you won't do that. That's awesome. And you could talk about the history of NXT. You know how Kevin Owens cost Sami Zayn the NXT title. They were meant to be best friends. You know, you could talk about our evolution back in the day, and I think that could be a great story to be told. And what a match that would be. And then in my Undertaker match, we have Undertaker versus AJ Styles. This will be a win for AJ. Will make him a made man for life. You know, Taker. Could this be his last WrestleMania? In my opinion, yes, it would be. So as he's on his way out, he should do the favors. And think about it. Taker could come out saying, look, it's WrestleMania season. Why is no one talking about me? He should come out, play that bitter, old, dead man gimmick. Come out saying, look, no one's talking about me. Did you know I am 22-1 at WrestleMania and no one's interested in me? Why aren't you interested in me anymore? AJ, all you guys want to talk about is AJ Styles. And then all of a sudden you hear AJ Styles music comes up and he's like, why have you got a problem with me for? And he offers a handshake and then Taker just slaps the taste out of his mouth. Taker going down the hill. And because it's Taker, he's portraying that Healy guy, but it's The Undertaker. The guy's going to be over no matter what. So then at WrestleMania, just imagine the stare down Styles and Taker. That could be absolutely out of this world. Styles gets the win. Styles can then move on to the main event scene with the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Taker can do the sit-up gimmick. They can do the handshake. Taker can raise his hand. Taker then can do his exit. He can say bye-bye to the fans in front of 100,000 plus people in the Dallas, Texas Super Stadium. That's how I'll do it. And then in my Intercontinental Championship match, you have Dean Ambrose defending against Jericho. Jericho looking for his 10th Intercontinental Championship, and what a way to try and get it at WrestleMania. And I think Dean Ambrose versus Chris Jericho could be one heck of a story. It could be a great wrestling match. It could be potentially match of the night, and there's, Styles Taker could be good. And also, back to the point of Styles Taker, there's lots of talk and bullshit rumors of AJ Styles, not AJ Styles, The Undertaker versus Braun Strowman. No. Don't do that, because you need someone who can carry Taker and can carry him safely. Styles proved that he can carry the older gentleman, because Styles carried Sting, carried Kevin Nash in TNA, that he carried them. He could carry Taker, and I think it could be a great moment, a great match. Ambrose Jericho. Again, easy story. Jericho looking for his 10th IC title record breaking. Then obviously you have Bray Wyatt versus Brock Lesnar. I think this is a tricky one to book. This really is a tricky one to book, in my opinion, because you don't want to have Bray Wyatt losing on the main stage, because that's all he seems to do. But then you've put so much money, time, and effort into Brock Lesnar that you don't want to have him, go out there and lose. I could see this being a screw job finish, but if it's me booking, I'm booking for the future. So I'm booking for Bray Wyatt to go over. It has to be done. Bray Wyatt goes over the next night on Raw, have Brock Lesnar come out and literally destroy the whole family. Destroy the lot of them. Who gives a fuck? Bray Wyatt gets that win at WrestleMania. But knowing WWE like I know them, and me and WWE have an on and off relationship, but I know them pretty well. I guarantee you, Brock Lesnar will get the win. Next night on Raw, the Wyatt family will take out Lesnar. Okay, so no one remember that. No one will remember Bray Wyatt taking out Brock Lesnar the next night on Raw, causing him to be off for 6 months, not back till SummerSlam. That's what will happen. Okay, and it's so frustrating, because Bray Wyatt is a character that is this money. He's a money character, and it's so frustrating watching him. They do all this hype, they do all this build up, they do package after package after package. Oh, I'm the eater of worlds. No, you're not. You're a guy who cuts promos and loses big time matches. So just change it. Let's fucking ramp this shit up. Let's have Bray Wyatt go over Lesnar. Bray Wyatt is there the next day, and the next day after that, and the day after that, and the day after that. Brock Lesnar's not. Okay, you can easily restore Brock Lesnar's overness and his box office appeal by the next night on Raw. Have Lesnar come out and just obliterate, and I mean fucking batter the Wyatt family. Have Lesnar be ticked. Have Lesnar get suspended for fucking him up like they did after last year's WrestleMania. Something along those lines to make you think, fuck, that guy's a beast. That way you can set up a rematch down the line if you really need to, if necessary, maybe against Strowman, if that's still going on, if the Wyatt family's still around that time. But Bray Wyatt has to win at this WrestleMania. I can't remember the last time he won a big match. He's the opposite to Big Match John. Then main event, Triple H versus Roman Reigns. It's Roman Reigns is going to win. It's just like there's fancy booking, and then there's just, it's going to happen. What's the point of just trying to predict it? It's just going to happen. And I don't know though, because how you could do this? Imagine that. Okay, here you go. Fantasy booking 101. We're going booking 101. This is not booking 101. This is off the top of my head. And this is going to be an absolute clusterfuck. Okay, right. So we have Vinnie Mac come out. Vinnie Mac, the human toilet. So Vinnie Mac comes out, gets on the apron, and then all of a sudden, several NXT guys start running out. And Vince is surrounded. Vince is on the apron. You have the NXT guys come out. H and Roman are down. Vince is calling for the bell. There we go. This is on the fly. This is on the fly. This is completely on the fly, ladies and gentlemen. Completely on the fly. So you have H down, you have Reigns down, you have the ref down, you have Vinnie Mac, the toilet come out. He stands in the middle of the ring. He goes through the vintage screw job. He goes ring the bell. He goes ring the bell, but the bell's not there. Where's the bell? Then all of a sudden the camera cuts and it's Finn Balor holding the bell. He's holding the bell. And then all of a sudden, Vinnie Mac goes, "Oh, you son of a bitch. What are you doing here?" Triple H turns him round, kicks Vinnie Mac in the cock. Pedigree. Then all of a sudden, NXT guys start surrounding the ring. Roman Reigns sits up like, what the fuck? Reigns Superman punches a few of them off the apron. Then all of a sudden, kick to Reigns' cock. Pedigree, 1, 2, 3. Triple H retains. Triple H, the NXT main eventers. When I mean the main eventers, I mean the Finn Balors. It hates me to say this. The Baron Corbins, the Samoa Joe, and the Apollo Crews. Those four in the ring, holding Triple H on their arm as the show airs. Michael Cole screaming at the top of the lungs, "What is this? This is an NXT takeover. This is WrestleMania. You don't have the right." Blah, 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 blah. Vince McMahon. Now you're turning Vince McMahon babyface. Reigns can be a stronger face. Vince can do the talking for Reigns. You could do Vince versus Triple H. Reigns, then at the pay-per-views, you could do Reigns versus the NXT guys. You can have Vince build a team, Triple H build a team, then keep building this to the point at Survivor Series. Vince, Triple H, winner takes all, simple. But that won't happen because that is awesome, and WWE is not in the business of being awesome. And what a stepping stone that would be for Apollo Crews. Finn Balor to debut at the main event of Mania. That's already established right there. I'm going to get us some more live comments to see if we have any. I'm not sure if we do, but if we do, I'm going to read them out. Let's see. Here we go. Okay, we've got some. All right, here we go. So we've got Rey Mysterio still. So we've got Taker comes at Fastlane and beats up Reigns, then Ambrose wins. Yeah, makes sense. Would Taker win if he faces Reigns? Oh, that's a tough one. But again, it's the money decision. As a business, I always look at it from business. I got 3 A-star levels in business. So as a business, it makes financial sense to have Roman Reigns go over because it's all about the future. Taker isn't going to be there the next night, which pisses me off a lot. Or you could do Styles versus Bryan if they clear him, or have the Bullet Club come out and debut. Yeah, I was thinking about having the Bullet Club coming out during when I was booking it, but I want to save that tonight after Raw because that's more of a smarky crowd. Or Reigns wins versus HH with The Rock in his corner. Have Reigns beat up The Rock after the match. Yeah, but like I said, that's getting there's no baby faces. There is none. You've got Reigns, you've got Ambrose, you've got Ryback, Ziggler. AJ Styles, Brock at a push. He's more of a tweener. So there's not a lot of faces, and especially at the pay-per-view after, I think Reigns will come out of this Mania with the world title. WWE would never let AJ beat Taker. I know. I know. But imagine the moment of Taker endorsing AJ, raising his hand, saying, "Look, you belong here. Thank you for a great match." Now you don't see Taker again. You don't see him. You don't hear from him ever again. What matches do you not want to see? Triple H versus Roman Reigns. I Hit HBK might be at Mania. Yes, in Texas. I wouldn't mind, like I remember at Mania 30, they did the moment with The Rock, Hogan, and Austin. I wouldn't mind like a Michaels, Austin kind of moment, like both from Texas. I think that would be pretty cool. What would Baylor's first feud be in the main roster? It just depends who he debuts with and against, really, because I can't really say. It depends on who he's feuding with. Ambrose would be the main babyface. Yes, I think he, like Coco said many times, AJ Styles, Dean Ambrose is being punished for outselling John Cena merchandise. It's what's happened, and they can't give the bullshit about you need to connect to the fans because there's about 16,000 Twitter accounts dedicated to Dean Ambrose fan people. At least 10,000+ have Twitter accounts that are at Dean Ambrose Girl or at Dean Ambrose Boy. There's just so many of them. It really is. It's ridiculous. Ewok from Endor, no porn speak. I know, it's insanity, isn't it? Rey Mysterio, good job. Then in the last comment we got, should the Wyatt family be face? No. They should be the people that... If I was booking them... do you remember Samuel Shaw in TNA? TNA, I'm promoting them right now. TNA with the Sam Shaw gimmick. By the way, they're absolute imbecilic nimrods for getting rid of Sam Shaw. It's an absolute insult to every great character that's ever been in wrestling. But what you hear me talk about characters when I watch sports entertainment, which is W and TNA, and if I hear anyone call TNA Pro Wrestling, I'll slap their face because it's not. It's really not. It's TNA is WWE light. If you watch TNA, it's like watching WWE but with the leftovers. But I'll get onto that on my Impact review. And I was sat there, and I don't want to talk about it because I'll get onto it. But back to the question, Wyatt family should not be faced. I would have them torture. Like, for instance, when they did Reigns versus Bray Wyatt at the Hell in a Cell, they should have tortured that man. They should have had Bray Wyatt have pictures of, the Reigns' children in a room that's all dark and blacked out and candles. He should be the biggest torturer. If I'm booking this, I'm having Bray Wyatt come out with a picture of Sable. Have Sable, imagine this, okay, it's in a dark room. It's just Bray Wyatt and Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar's about to go down the ramp. Okay, it's just Bray Wyatt in the ring, and Bray Wyatt goes, whoa, before you come down here, what's happened with your wife? Because I heard she's backstage earlier. Then you just see Brock Lesnar, eyes go wide open, on the Tron. The Wyatt family have Sable tied up. Payday for Sable. Good segment. Sympathy for the beast, Brock Lesnar. Makes you want to see Brock Lesnar kick Bray Wyatt's ass, and it makes you hate Bray Wyatt, the character. Casual viewers will find it entertaining. Casual viewers will come back and watch more. Casual viewers will then buy the network, which means then they'll pay for the pay-per-view. Fundamental basics. So Bray Wyatt should be a torturing son of a bitch, but that will never happen. Anyway, so that's my WrestleMania 32 card. Hope you enjoyed the show. Make sure you check out our Ring of Honor review we did yesterday and NXT review the day before. Also the Monday Night Raw review. Check out all the great archives you have here at KocoSports.net. That's KOCOSports.net, where the world goes to kick ass, home for combat sports, and above all, where it's okay to be a passionate fan. I'm going to go talk to Coco at the toilet, and then I'll be back with an Impact Wrestling review. That one's going to be fun. Stay safe, stay well. It's been LK from ProWrestling.me. Also check out ProWrestling.me. Follow me on Twitter at LK Wrestling. It's on the front of the screen. It is WrestleMania season, baby. Have a great Saturday, and I'll catch your asses down the line.